Good morning, folks. It's Thursday, I don't know, 17th maybe, ish. That, what I showed you there was my turbine exhaust. And I had taken off here with a faulty battery the other day and couldn't land it in time. So it went into LVC and landed itself. Of course, it landed catawampus. And yeah, that was the end of that. And it had a controlled crash. On that bench right there, and it ejected. It's amazing to me because it should, it should knock it out of trim. And this radio does not, I don't think, do trim. This is the Radio Master. But it didn't, and I did see something fling off, but I'm like, well, maybe it was something that hit on the ground, So, love this thing. I don't know, AMRC, I force charged it. I plugged them in individually instead of one of my high wattage chargers. And then I waited until the light went off, and then I unplugged it and plugged it back in. Because it was reading at least, I think these may be 2-cell. And if they are, then maybe they're out of balance or something. So I plug it back in, all 5 of them, and it just works. And I did that like 5 times in one day. Ooh, let's get out of this tree. Isn't that beautiful? Let's see if that works. Get a decent thumbnail out of this. But yeah, I hadn't flown it in a while, and maybe that was what was happening. They got out of charge or something. Anyway, I'll tell you what made me want to do that more is I have 5 batteries, and that's worth about probably $60 now in batteries, which is about $10 more than what I paid for the second one of these that I have. But they seem to be flying fine now. I don't know. I love this little helicopter, and I have 2. So I did have a backup plan. What I would have done was robbed the other. I don't know why I obsess on that kind of stuff, but I would have robbed the other turbine exhaust. Is what I would have done off my other one when I got home. So didn't go out to the club this morning. Didn't go out to the track this morning at the community center. I'll be going out there tonight to have dinner. Enjoy dinner and music. That is so cool. I gotta set up a timer. I don't know why my timer is not running. So weird. Okay, well, fantastic. That one worked. My neighbor next door in that rig saw me flying yesterday and said, why don't you fly conventional drones? I go, oh, I fly conventional drones as well. And then I showed him my little flat foamy airplanes, and he appeared to appreciate that too. I told him these are the itches that I scratch while I'm on the road. It's my hobby, and it keeps me busy, and I didn't tell him it's my community. Yeah, I did tell everybody on, I don't know, AMRC, if you do this or not, but we have a really nice channel over on, there you go, let's put her down, over on radio control groups called What Did You Do RC Today? Just a lovely group of people. It's turned out really well. Finally ran off all the turds, and you have just a really lovely group of people over there. So that's nice. It took us some years to get rid of the turds, and then finally I don't even interact with the turds. I just put them on ignore. It's a neat feature. You know, some people will argue over a bonus. So yeah, I told them my tale of woe, and it kind of started as follows. I was testing this thing, and the battery failed, as I just mentioned. Oops, that's not going to do it. And in doing so, I crashed the little model, and I didn't realize until later I flung off the... I'd flung off the exhaust, and as my story goes, as follows. I'd look for it throughout the day. Now look at the ground here, if you can see it. It's kind of funny. It's grass and gravel and a whole bunch of other goodies. Let's just make sure that is locked in.
No battery critical.
And yeah. So
throttle active. 8.4 volts.
That thing is about the size of, as I've described, as a hound's tooth. That little exhaust manifold. So think the very tip end of a straw. Well, when I was a wildlife officer at Game Warden, I used to have to look for shell casings and other weird things. I actually had to find parts of a guy's fingers that he shot off in a hunting accident, just that kind of stuff. So what's a little funny to me is that I'm good at finding stuff, but if you have me look for the mayonnaise in the refrigerator, I may have a problem. And therefore I have to call my wife. I have man-selective vision. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So constantly I can't find stuff that I was just looking for, like the Parmesan cheese. Nope, can't find it. That's my hostess over there. And one of her kids. Just lovely folks. Oh, that rotation is so painfully slow. So, yeah, what I ended up doing was looking and re-looking. I did a grid search, like I might be looking for a weapon or a bullet casing. And it hit the bench here, and I did several, actually, grid searches. And I go, well, it ain't where it's supposed to be. It should have been, like, right about here. I did see it fling off, but I never saw it land. I never saw actually what it was. I didn't know what it was. So I stopped searching where it should be and started searching where it shouldn't. And I found it over here, 15 feet away now. See if I can get this right. Yeah. Right about there in the leaves. Yep. That's where I found it. Little white straw looking thing. It looks like a dog's tooth, like I said. The most fun you can have with your britches on is flying these things. I hate flying them in such close quarters. You know? That was the whole idea behind getting them. So I think I might have figured out my problem. I'm guessing that you just got to force charge them, plug them in, let the light go out, unplug them, plug them in again, and do that about 5 times until it somehow gets its crap in a pile. Keeping in mind these are really inexpensive, cheap Chinese toys. I think it's too dark here for my optical recognition. Didn't take the dogs for a walk today standing down. We did like 3 or 4 days in a row. Proper hiking on the property. I'm going to give everybody's joints a break. Took the dogs out and walked them though. They are all ready for being placed on ice here this morning. The wifey and I are heading into town, which is about a 40-minute drive to Walmart, and
7.7 volts.
We'll pick up some goodies, provision out, and we're going to hit, I think it's called the Imperial Dragon, one of the few buffet style Chinese restaurants that I enjoy. Because usually the buffet styles are just bad. I mean, like bad. I should have a decent thumbnail out of all this. There we go. And remember, I'm conservative, so I'd probably still have plenty of battery. Landing.
Low battery. Throttle hold. Low battery.
Man, that is some kind of fun. It really is.
Low battery.
I hope everybody's having a lovely day. I think she's building a chicken coop over there.
Low battery.
That should be interesting. All right, all the best. See ya.
7.4 volts. Low battery.